Hello everyone, I'm Mark Singleton and I'm doing a course for yogic studies on the topic of yoga and technology. I'm currently finishing a book on the same topic for Penguin, which will be out next year. So this is a chance to sort of discuss and see and participate in a way in the research that I'm doing. I hope that you'll find lots that's interesting, lots to enjoy and lots to talk and think about. So this really starts from a statement that you see often around, especially in sort of from yoga teachers, yoga writers, that yoga is a technology. Yoga is a technology of attention. Yoga is a technology of ecstasy. Yoga is a technology of this and of that. That sort of statement, I think, originally made me prick up my ears and think, well, is that true? Is that really true? Especially these days with the encroachment of technology into our lives in ever more sort of integrated and insidious ways. So the course will start by asking really that very question. Can we think of yoga as a technology? Maybe in modern times it's obvious that we can and must. But what about traditional yoga? What about ancient yoga? So I start off by comparing this word yoga in its broad semantic range with the word techne in Greek, in ancient Greek philosophy, to suggest in fact that yes, to a large extent, we should and could consider yoga a technology. I also have an interest in the topic of transhumanism insofar as it provides a kind of dominant ideology for technology in the world today, a sort of religion, if you like, of Silicon Valley, of the technological ideology. And so I also ask, in this vein, whether we can think of yoga as a kind of transhumanism, whether yoga is transhuman and whether the yogis were the first transhumanists. Now, then we also come a little bit into the modern, the early modern. And as you know, yoga has undergone a lot of changes over the past 150 years in the process of globalization and transmission around the world into different cultures. Here we see, I think, from about 150 years ago, a kind of intertwining of these two things, of yoga, traditional yoga, let's say, with modern technology, that's to say European technology, American technology, and so on, and a kind of marriage of the two, such that I want to suggest that modern yoga can be defined as technological yoga. And the same, I think, is true for transhumanism, insofar as yoga developed within a sort of framework that shares many of the same ideological features as transhumanism. We'll also be looking at today's various devices and applications of technology to yoga, both postural yoga, so machines that can improve your asana practice, your postural yoga practice, and machines that can improve your meditation by monitoring your brain. And in fact, I think neuroscience is a particularly important field, a default explanatory framework, I'm even going to suggest, for what yoga is and does today. So we'll go through some of these, we'll interrogate what we mean by this word technology, and indeed what we mean by this word yoga, to also consider the political and religious aspects of technology on the one hand and yoga on the other, and to ask as a kind of counterpoint whether there can be, or indeed should be, a non-technological or even an anti-technological yoga, and what that might mean in our own lives and in our own practices, how we think beyond the infiltration and the encroachment of technology into our lives through the method of yoga. Okay, I hope to see you there. Bye.